Inside the Red Gate, Drippy-Woo's shadow army was already farming these monsters like XP in a low-level dungeon, but the boss had the audacity to act tough. This oversized fool took one look at Rizzy-Woo and laughed at him. Jinwoo was nothing but a bug, or so he thought. Jinwoo just smirked, gave the signal to his shadows, and suddenly the forest started spitting out shadow soldiers like a horror movie gone wrong. The shadow army made quite an entrance holding his minions' heads. The boss, now realizing he fumbled harder than a beginner in ranked mode, tried to call for backup, but all he got in response was a corpse flying at his face like a disrespectful delivery service. Desperation hit, and he screamed at his remaining henchmen to do something, anything, but it was already too late. Jinwoo's army was already tearing through them like a hot knife through butter. Seeing his forces getting folded, the boss finally snapped and charged straight at Jinwoo, thinking he still had main character energy. That lasted all of 5 seconds before Baru and Igris tag-teamed him like they were auditioning for a WWE match. Baru sliced off an arm, Igris took a leg, and before the boss could even process the L he just took, Tusk stepped in, flexing his inverse gravity, slamming the guy to the ground like he owed him rent. Pinned and defeated, the boss could only watch as Jinwoo casually strolled up, looking like death itself, and said, "Now you'll answer my questions. It'll hurt less if you do." The monster, now in its "I regret everything" arc, barely had time to process before its miserable existence was cut short. Standing over the lifeless body, Jinwoo sighed, thinking how the system still wasn't giving him anything. He muttered to himself about how this had to be some kind of interference, but he shrugged it off, thinking that he'd get his answers sooner or later. Then, reaching into his inventory, he pulled out the key from the cursed random box, the key to Cartonon Temple. As he examined it, a countdown appeared, ticking down the time before he could enter. Flashbacks hit him as the memories of that dungeon, the nightmare that started it all, flooded his mind. But this time, things were different. This wasn't the weak, desperate Jinwoo of the past. This was Drippy-Woo, the aura farmer. And if the system was calling him back, then it better be ready for what was coming.